This is Hindsight Radio.
I represent it.
The information station changing the nation.
Peace to the gods. This is Akeem with Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Thanks for tuning into my channel and supporting my content. If you want more detailed information, go to my website, akeeml.com. There are many remedies there. Third-party debt collectors, credit, child support issues. Go to akeeml.com and check out my website. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about vaccines and how dangerous they are. The government knows that they are dangerous because they created a website called VAERS, V-A-E-R-S. And VAERS stand for Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. So let's check out this website. Here it is. VAERS, Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. And it says the background and public health importance. Established in 1990, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, VAERS, is a national early warning system to detect possible safety problems in U.S. licensed vaccines. VAERS is co-managed by Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA. VAERS accepts and analyzes reports of adverse events, possible side effects, after a person has received the vaccination. Anyone can report an adverse event to VAERS. That means if you have a vaccine, you can do it. So, and something happens, you can go ahead and report it. Healthcare professionals are required to report certain adverse events, and vaccine manufacturers are required to report all adverse events that come to their attention. So, basically what it's saying, anyone can report it. Hospitals have to report certain ones, but the actual companies healthcare professionals are required to report certain ones, and the manufacturers must report everything. But I doubt if they're doing that. VAERS is a passive reporting system, meaning it relies on individuals to send in reports of their experiences to the CDC and FDA. VAERS is not designed to determine if a vaccine causes health problem, but is especially useful for detecting unusual or unexpected patterns of adverse event reporting that might indicate a possible safety problem with the vaccine. This way, VAERS can provide CDC and FDA with valuable information that additional work and evaluation is necessary to further assess a possible safety concern. The primary objectives of VAERS are to detect new, unusual, or rare vaccine adverse events, monitor increases in known adverse events, identify potential patient risk factors for particular types of adverse events, assess the safety of newly licensed vaccines, determine and address possible reporting clusters. Examples given: suspected, localized, temporarily, or geographically, or product batch lot specific adverse event reporting. Recognize persistent safe use problems and administration errors. Provide a national safety monitoring system that extends to the entire general population for response to public health emergencies, such as large-scale pandemic influenza vaccination program. So, here it is. That's the website. And here's report. You can report right here. If you have a problem, report online. Report using the PDF form. And if you want the data, you can go and see the data. VAERS data sets. Guide to interpreting data. Here you would click on the years you would want it. Type of file, whether you want a zip file or anything like that. But I have pulled up some here. Here it is. This is one here. The VAERS ID, the received date when this report was received, the state. You can see some of the information is missing. The age of the person, 69 years old. What vaccine are they getting? That must be the flu shot. Got to be some type of, like, you're 69 getting shots. The sex of the person, which is male or female. This one is a female. So this one got severe pain, left shoulder area, very localized at left shoulder joint, unable to extend arm forward or lift to the side. Took an ibuprofen tablet once on 10/30/18. Pain subsided after 4 days, seemed to be relieved after 1 week. Then it goes to, did they recover? Yes. Vaccine date 10/29/18. Onset date 10/30/2018. Number of days 1. So they got a shot. The arm started acting up. I wouldn't be getting shots at that age. Here's another one, 68. Muscle joint or much joint pain, aching, lack of energy, listlessness, lack of motivation, night sweats, joint pains, aching strongest for 36 hours after onset, rest of symptoms persisted for 48 hours, use Tylenol. Something I really take, maybe once a year, some years not at all. Redness, swelling, hot to the touch, painful to the slightest. And this was, they did this report on the 1st of 2019, this year. Then they said, did they recover? It said no. Vaccine date, onset date, 12/29. So they didn't recover this. So this became serious. Excuse me. Then you just see, you see the recovered ones, the no's. What I did was I went to the ones that said no, and I wanted to see what it was saying and how old it was. So this is a 79-year-old person, flu-like chills, ache all over, strong pain, weakness, tired, redness, and swelling at injection upper arm for 3 days. Then today, 4th day, woke up with swelling of my lips and blister-like sores on my lips and all around mouth area. Did they recover? No. So vaccine date was 12/28. I'm sorry. Man, something caught in my throat. So that, the list goes on and on. Then they have some unknown recovery dates. And let's just try to find some young people. I mean, you're talking about people getting vaccines at 79, 57, 65. Let's look at the 1-year-old here. This happened in Georgia. Rash on 12/26. She developed a red spot near the MMR injection. So they tell you MMRV injection site on her proximal anterior thigh. About 1 × 2 centimeters. Red, slightly raised, bumpy. She also developed scattered red mascules and papules in her trunk and extremities. On her trunk and extremities. She is not itchy, fussy, or febrile. She has no symptoms of URI. She is eating, drinking. Then it says no for recovered. Now, I understand what not recovering is. Maybe they, at the time they did this report, they were still having no symptoms. So, and it says 12/19 was the vax date, and the onset date was the 26th. So some days after, 7 days, they don't have any lab data here either. So get these reports, download them, and read them. Educate yourself on these vaccines. Now, I'm not a medical doctor or here to give you advice, but let me just give you my personal thing. This is what I did. You know, my daughter's going into the 7th grade, and I went and got her a South Carolina Certificate of Religious Exemption. So here it is under that. In the state of South Carolina, they have the religious exemption. You go to the Department of Health, Environmental Control, get this form, you fill it out, get it notarized, you hand it over to the school. Easy. No objections. And there's many states out there that support this. Right here, here's the states that all support here. I'll put the links to these websites down below in the video once I post it. But here it is. All 50 states have legislation requiring specified vaccines for students. Although exemptions vary from state to state, all school immunization laws grant exemptions to children for medical reasons. There are 45 states and Washington, D.C. that grant religious exemptions for people who have religious objections to immunizations. Currently, 15 states allow philosophical exemptions for those who object to immunizations because of personal, moral, and other beliefs. So here's all the states: South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky. A large model. The ones in this blue area, religious exemptions. The one in the blue shady area, personal belief exemptions. Okay, now let me school y'all on something. All constitutions in all 50 states have what you call a religious clause in it. Okay, let's look up a constitution. Let's look at let's pull one out. Let's say let's go to one of the states that don't. Like, you got New York that says that they don't got a religious exemption clause. So for those in New York, California, Mississippi, Maine, these are the 4 states that they don't have that, right? West Virginia, 5. So let's see how you can fix your problem if you live in one of these states. Let's pull up the New York Constitution. Right there. You know, I'm just going off. I'm just typing it up, putting it into Google. You could do this too. So many people email me, oh, what does the Constitution say about this? What is it? Listen, y'all got computers in your pocket, everybody's got it. Libraries got it. You can just Google. How do I look up vaccine exemptions for my state? Boom, Google. That's how I found it for South Carolina. I even went to the laws here, there. But here we at New York. That's one of the states that does claim they don't have a religious exemption. All states have it. They may not have a form for you to fill out, so you're going to have to create your religious exemption. Okay? Now, here we go. All right. Let's look at the Article 1 Bill of Rights. Now, I've created a religious exemption certificate for my daughter because at the time I didn't know that they had this, But here we are. That they had a form. So I just created my own through the Constitution. So I'm going to post that on my website and have that for sale for a very small fee. Probably about $20 or so. You can get this template. Very powerful. But you're going to have to edit it and make it fit for your state. Okay. Let's go to the Bill of Rights here. Here they got a summary of everything. But here's the full articles. The Constitution of New York, Article 1, Bill of Rights. Right there it says, freedom of worship, religious liberty. The free exercise and enjoyment of religious profession and worship without discrimination or preference shall forever be allowed in this state to all humankind, and no person shall be rendered incompetent to be a witness on account of his or her opinions or matters of religious belief. So, what that says is this, that if you want to, this interprets all across the board for anything, child support, all things. But we're dealing with vaccines. If you're saying that your religious beliefs prevent you or exempt you from getting vaccines, they cannot stop you. And you cannot be rendered incompetent to make that decision for yourself or your child. Let me read it again. The free exercise of religious profession, worship without discrimination, preference shall forever be allowed in this state to all humankind, and no person shall be rendered incompetent to be a witness on account of his or her opinions or matters of religious belief. So if your opinion, they can't render you incompetent and say, well, no, we don't have that rule, and you can't make the rule yourself. You can't do that. It just says it here. But the liberty of conscience hereby secured shall not be construed to excuse acts of licentiousness or justify practices inconsistent with the peace or safety of the state. Now, they might try to use this clause against you, but here it is. You have a right to do this under the Constitution. All state officers, police officers, peace officers, judges, all take oaths to the Constitution, to the United States Constitution, and to their state's Constitution. That means they must uphold it and defend it. So if you invoke this, they must abide by it. So you're going to have to create something, get it notarized. If you want mine, I'm going to put it up for sale. You know, I do commerce. I spent time on it, and I think $20 is a small price to pay for your religious exemptions, you know. Very cheap to keep your child safe. Now, let's go back to the actual religious exemption form that I did. Here it is. You know, I redacted my daughter's name. Got it notarized. Here's my legal name right there. And this is their form. See, I don't hide anything. You can look me up. So, you know, I have nothing to hide. So see if your state, if the states that I listed have it, you can go and get their form, fill it out. But what I did was I took this form and attached my personal religious exemption form to it. So you can do that as well, or you can just use this. Again, I have some stuff in there that declares her as a national but not a citizen as the United States. That's my way of putting them on notice who she really is. So with that being said, there it is. There's your religious exemptions certificate. Claim them. Go to these websites. Research the information out. Look up these vaccines. If you feel like you want to get them, that's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do, but be educated before you do it. All right, I'm out. Again, my website, akimel.com. You can listen to my shows, blogtalkradio.com/hindsight2020. I'll have it in the video where you can see the links to where my shows are. Many people email me with questions. I do not tend to answer questions by email. Maybe if I answer it's but like a 1 or 2 word answer. But I answer questions for free. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. blogtalkradio.com/hindsight2020. There's a call-in number. You can call in, press 1, and I'll answer all of your questions. If it's a very sensitive question, well, I'd say, hey, maybe we need a private consultation. I'll tell you that. But get on there and ask for free. If you want my private time, go to my website, akimel.com, click the consultation tab, and I have my fees there to talk to me in my private time. Peace and prosperity to all. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for supporting my channel.